Hi, I'm Jordan the Nerd World, and a couple days ago it was announced that Marvel and DC are going to be continuing their crossover this spring, with them each producing an issue that's going to cross over Superman and Spider-Man. So I wanted to talk about who I think are the most likely writers to receive the issue assignment from either company. So on Marvel's side, I think the top 3 writers to most likely get the gig writing the main story of writing Superman and Spider-Man together are going to be one, Joe Kelly, who has famously written Superman in the early 2000s, created Ben 10, and he wrote X-Men, and he's currently writing Spider-Man. So I do think he is a pretty high choice for Marvel to take over writing for the Superman-Batman crossover, considering his experience with both characters. Next, we have Jed MacKay. Jed is one of the Marvel's go-to writers right now, very hot writing Avengers, X-Men, Moon Knight, and a bunch of miniseries before this, and I think also currently. He's also leading the current X-Men event over that's happening now. So yeah, he is a very popular writer, and I think there's a good chance that he'll get it. And then 3, Marvel's biggest writer by far currently working with them, Jonathan Hickman. I think Jonathan Hickman is likely a shoo-in to get it just because of name recognition alone. Because yeah, he's Jonathan Hickman. He's written some of the biggest stories for Marvel Comics over the past 20 years now. So yeah, I think it's really highly likely that Jonathan Hickman will get it. I just don't know if it's more likely that he'll get it than Joe Kelly just because of his past experience and current writing assignment. So I don't know, it's toss up in the air for me on that front. On DC side, I think the top 3 writers are going to be most likely Dan Slott. Dan Slott famously wrote Spider-Man for a very long time. It was a pretty popular and well received run for the most part, not without its problems, I know from plenty of fans thinking that. But there's also Tom Taylor, who's also written Spider-Man in the past and has written Superman, currently working on a couple different books for DC. I mean, like Dan Slott, he's also written Superman and Spider-Man, so we'll see. Tom Taylor is also a very popular author among fans and for DC to give assignments to. But number 3, the writer I think it probably should be, considering his experience across the industry, is going to be Mark Waid. Mark Waid has been on a hot streak since he came back with DC, starting with World's Finest and Dan Mora. And yeah, he's currently writing Justice League. He's writing some of the biggest stories DC's had over the past few years. And he's Mark Waid. He's left a major legacy across both Marvel and DC. I think it's highly likely that Mark Waid will get it just because, he's Mark Waid. Those are the type of assignments he usually gets. So yeah, I think, like Jonathan Hickman, based on name recognition alone, that Mark Waid is a high probability. I just don't know, considering that, like Joe Kelly, Dan Slott is currently writing a Superman title, so maybe they have their current titles give them the edge in who's going to get the title to write it for this crossover. But let me know, are there any other writers you'd prefer to see outside of these 6 writers working on this title, or is there artists you'd love to see working on it from each company? I'll probably do another video about that, but let me know what your thoughts on the crossover special, about which creative team you'd like to work on it.